Hey everybody, Pete Dougherty along with Tom Silverstein of PackersNews.com and JSOnline.com. We've just watched the Packers dispatch Buffalo pretty easily, 22-0, and there was an unexpected happening after the game. Aaron Rodgers was not happy at all with the game plan, and he said so publicly.
Yeah, so I had my story idea all set, and it was going to be about how uneven the offense looked. I thought they were a little out of sorts, not real consistent. And then I go down there, and Rodgers is this is the worst performance they've ever had for gaining 423 yards.
For people who wouldn't know, you would have thought they lost the game by his demeanor.
Oh, like they just lost the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
I mean, he was ticked. And, he's a guy who sends messages. He doesn't say things just to say things. He conveys things with the way he talks. And, of course, it's never direct. Like, he didn't bring up McCarthy's name, but he did make it seem like he wasn't happy with how the game plan went.
I mean, but didn't say his name. I mean, when the question was, he was saying that Adams needed more targets, even though he had 14. He thought he should have had at least 20. That with the way they were covering him, they couldn't cover him, and Adams could have sliced him up. And when asked, well, how do you go about doing that? And he said the plan, and he meant the game plan. And the person responsible for the game plan is Mike McCarthy. So that was obviously what he was talking about.
And then I asked him about, is he getting enough input in the offense during the week? And he basically just recited, what their policy is, and basically did not endorse it, and clearly was not happy with his input.
The implication was that he doesn't think that they are listening to him, was the implication.
And should they be? I mean, he's the quarterback. He's gonna his name's gonna be up on that wall up there. I don't think McCarthy's is gonna be up there.
And it's a really interesting dynamic because this isn't new for this organization. I mean, these guys have had their sideline spats, and it's always been written off as creative tension and in the heat of the moment. I'm sure there's a lot of truth to that.
Yeah.
But it does feel like there's something simmering here too, and in the power dynamic, who's the most important person in this building? It's number 12.
And I think you mentioned it to me when we were walking in the hallway. He can't be happy with what his numbers are after 4 games. I mean, he's got 7 touchdown passes in 4 games.
Yeah.
And he's seeing these other guys around the league just chuck it around like it's nothing. So. The one thing we did see was much better defensive performance, albeit against a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, talk about the contrast and how this is a quarterback's game. I mean, Josh Allen was just lost. That interception he threw in the end zone where he scrambled to his right, I looked down because I just assumed he was going to throw it out of bounds. All of a sudden I looked back up, and the ball's just floating towards the end zone right to Alexander for an easy interception. It was just a man against a boy at quarterback, and so the Bills didn't have a chance from the start in this one.
Yeah, and I think we found the next coming of Reggie White with Kyler Fackrell, just dominating at the end.
3 sacks? Huh? Was it 2.5 or 3?
2.5, something. I don't know. I lost track. There were so many of them.
We'll have to keep an eye on that for the rest of the season, and maybe the Rodgers-McCarthy thing too.
Yeah, that'll be something worth talking about. Anyway, from Lambeau Field, I'm Tom Silverstein. This is Pete Dougherty. Join us next time.